All right, everyone, this is it, the study guide for the final exam. So here we go, get started. This is there are 4 questions on this exam, one from chapters 10, 11, 14, and 15. So first question I see does not have a number. All right, so let me see if I can, I don't know why it doesn't want to just stay where I want it to. All right, so anyway, I'm sure that I can fix this later. So question number 1 is from chapter 10. Explain the 3 theories of homosexuality and discuss the 2 views, the positivist and the constructionist. So there are 3 theories. Make sure you explain each of them. And remember, always support your statements with examples or with detail. Don't just say, these are the 3 theories, X, Y, Z. That's true, but explain X, explain Y, explain Z, etc. And then the 2 views, make sure you explain those 2. And then I ask you, which theory do you agree with most and why? And again, I've tried to point you to the pages there and highlight things so that hopefully you won't miss parts of the prompt. The second part, or I guess the third part, would be define homophobia and discuss the impact of homophobia. So great discussion in the text about homophobia and the impact of homophobia, not only on the people who experience it, but certainly them, but on larger society as well. Choose at least 2 groups of the, quote, other victims of stigma, and again, I need a little, there we go. Choose 2 groups, at least 2 groups of the other victims of stigma that are discussed in the text on those pages there, and discuss how these groups experience stigma and its effects on them. Okay, so again, focusing on whatever 2 groups you choose, the tattooed, the overweight, etc. Just take a look there and choose 2 of the groups, and again, discuss in detail what is the stigma, how does it affect them. Chapter 10. Second question, explain cybersex and analyze why it is so common. And again, pointing you to some pages there. In your opinion, when people engage in cybersex, is that cheating if they have a partner? Why or why not? Okay, so just asking your opinion here. Discuss the impact of cyber hacking, or what some people call computer hacking, and choose 2 groups of hackers highlighted in the text. So look through the pages that I give you there, 279 to 85. Choose 2 of the groups that are highlighted and explain their activities and the goals of these activities. In your opinion, how big a problem is cyber hacking for the U.S. globally? Support your ideas with examples. That's chapter 11. Chapter 14, I ask you to choose 3 of the 5 types of corporate deviance against customers. And so again, I pointed you there to the pages 354 to 60. 5 different types of corporate deviance occur. Corporate deviance against customers, because there are various types of corporate deviance, but I want you to focus on the types of deviance against customers. False advertising, etc. So explain how corporations may harm customers and analyze how well the federal government regulates or has regulated corporations when these types of deviance occur. Explain the 3 sociological explanations for why white-collar deviance occurs. Again, some pages there. Based on these explanations, how well do you think the federal government prevents corporate deviance? And of course, you should always support your opinion about whether or how well the federal government is able to prevent corporate deviance. Finally, in your opinion, do the U.S. Constitution and federal laws provide the U.S. Supreme Court and Congress sufficient power to stop someone who is a U.S. president from staying in office beyond that person's term? And there you go, chapter 14. And again, as always, make sure that you are supporting your statements. Don't just make a statement, explain that statement. How did you reach your conclusion? Tell me how. Finally, last question comes from chapter 15. Discuss why sociologists and criminologists have had difficulty explaining underprivileged deviance. Of the various explanations offered, which one or ones do you think have the most merit and why? Okay, so some pages to look through here, with some description in the text about why sometimes it's not easy to agree on how or why underprivileged deviance, or what we call, quote, street crime occurs. And of those explanations that are offered, which one, or maybe you think it's more than one, do you think have the most merit and why? Which one seems to be the best answer? Which one seems to make the most sense is what that means. And then, of course, explain why. Explain organized crime in detail and analyze how it differs from street crimes. Okay, so what is organized crime? How's it structured? What are the activities? And then how is that different from street crimes? Discuss the prevalence of organized crime globally. So how often, or the prevalence, meaning where is it globally, organized crime? Is it not much of a problem globally? Is it a medium-sized problem, or is it a much larger problem globally? And in your opinion, does the U.S. have more, or maybe think less, organized crime than other countries? Why? That is it for these. And so I know that if you study, you'll do well on this one. So I don't have to say good luck, just good study.